here's the next part of it. Making sure your attorney is very specific, very detailed about what happens if you're unable to fulfill all the different requirements that it would take you to have unsupervised contact with your kids. What happens? You tried it. You know what? The other side wasn't cooperative. Let's see. You had a medical procedure, and after you had the medical procedure, the supervised, there's places that do supervision. They say, guess what? You missed too many times. We're kicking you out. Go back to court and get another court order that says you can come back into our program. All of these are contingencies. You better have a detailed outline with your attorney about if X, then Y, then Z, whatever. Just make sure you're able to do what the court is asking you to do. So for example, if this were my client and they wanted supervised visitation, I definitely would not want it at a supervised visitation place. And if they insisted that it be at a supervised visitation place, I would put in there, because most supervised visitation places have requirements where a parent must fill out an information sheet, background sheet, plus they have to fill out and sign their rules and their rules of policies and procedures in order for you to participate in their program. So generally, the person who has custody of the child is the one who goes first, meets with the provider, they fill out and sign all the paperwork. Well, you need something in that court order that says, as soon as we walk out of court, that person has 5 days to schedule it, and then must inform you that they scheduled it, and they must schedule it within 2 weeks of leaving court. So step one, within 5 days of leaving court, schedule that appointment. Within 2 weeks, they get into that appointment, or earlier. Then once they do that, again, they must inform you. So here's another thing. If it's a supervised visitation place, you need to know if you're able to afford it. Some of them are very, very expensive. Some of them have a sliding scale, and some are free. So depending on your financial circumstances, you must know where you are going to go and whether or not you can afford it. If you can't afford it, do not agree to it, because you'll never be able to meet that requirement, okay? So make sure, detailed, the person who leaves, give them 5 days. They got less than 2 weeks to get in there, do the required paperwork. Then they must speak with you, and you need to put that in the court order, that anything regarding scheduling of your supervision at a location is based upon your work schedule. You remember, you need to work, because I'm sure you're paying child support to that parent.